Hello, welcome back to a Destiny 2 video. So today, it's been a while, but we're back with another build video. This build, I kind of went with like a cyber monk kind of theme, or like robotic monk theme. This build is purely a support build for other than your special and heavy, which are completely up to you. But I'm doing this on Titan because it's my main class, highest level. So the key points of the build are Solar and Phoenix Cradle, which if you don't know what Phoenix Cradle does, Beacons of Empowerment. Sol Invictus lasts twice as long. Allies who pass through your sunspots are also granted Sol Invictus and Solar Restoration. Now that leads us into our Titan class. We have Hammers of Soul because when you throw them with Sol Invictus, anywhere they land, it will create a sunspot. So you can either throw them at your teammates or enemies to make sunspots everywhere on the board. Outside of that, this build is solely for empowering your teammates. We have the Rally Barricade, smaller barricade so it's not as protective, but it gives reload speed, reload stability, and range while standing behind it, so it helps for like DPS phases and such. The jump is really up to you. I'm more of a catapult lift fan. Hammer Strike, this gives, I want to say it's a 25% increase to your team's damage once you hit the enemy with the melee. And then Healing Grenade, self-explanatory. It instantly gives you or your teammates, or both of you guys, a burst of healing. Now, let's get into the fragments. The fragments, we have Ember of Benevolence, applying Cure, Restoration, or Radiant, grants increased grenade, melee, and class ability regen for a short amount of time. That gives you your things faster, you can cycle it. Restoration and Radiant have increased duration, which means you can keep them alive for longer in your Sol Invictus and give them more restoration. Rapidly defeating multiple targets with Solar Ignitions creates an Orb of Power, plus 10 Resilience just so you can put mods other places, and then defeating Scorched targets grants melee energy. Now with the rest of the build, to get ignitions, we have any solar weapon, but I'm just using a shotgun with incandescence because then they'll explode and spread all the fire everywhere. I'm wanting one of the Akelos shotgun because apparently it can roll with Feeding Frenzy incandescence, but until I get that, we're using Without Remorse. The heavy is really anything you want to use. I normally use a Taipan, but I don't have it on me right now. And then, outside of that, mods. Let's look at some mods. So I'm running Recov on this just because I don't need it. Harmonic Siphon gives me Orb of Power. Power Preservation, super final blows give extra orbs to your allies. So when you're throwing your hammers, you can be throwing them at an ally to heal them, kill some enemies, drop some orbs, give your friends their super faster. Elemental Charge, picking up wells gives you charge with light. Self-explanatory kind of thing there. On here we have Font of Might, picking up a well gives you a damage boost to the same type of weapon your well is, which will be solar, your shotgun will get stronger, your incandescence can go kind of dummy. Fastball, this is just so you can throw your healing grenade farther, so if you're not like super close to your teammate, you can just kind of throw it and hit that yeet. High Energy Fire, when you get charged with light, you get increased damage to any weapon, not just the same element, so this keeps it to where you can have constant flow of weapon damage increase. And these are just a little extra for you. These are up to you what you want to run. For our legs, we have Global Reach because this is also a Warmind cell build for kind of some ad clear as well as keeping people alive so that you can kind of keep some of the littler guys off your teammates. Innervation reduces grenade cooldown when you pick up an Orb of Power. You pick up an orb, charges your healing grenade, throw it. You throw out your super, get some healing going, pick up more orbs, so on and so forth. And then Recuperation replenishes your HP when you pick up an orb. Same kind of deal there. And then for the class item, we have Distribution. Reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets. So, run over, throw your shield up. All your abilities are going to get refilled while you're throwing your barricade up in front of people. Bomber reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability, so these kind of go hand in hand with each other. And then Wrath of Rasputin, because you want to make those Warmind cells. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. Oh, I didn't even mention it. Lumina. We have Lumina on here because you have noble rounds. So when you get a kill, it's kind of like Thorn. You pick up the thing, and then you can hip fire and you shoot it at a teammate. When you hit them with the noble round, it'll like kind of track. It heals them and gives you and them both bonus weapon damage. So that's just too easy to deal with and dish out buffs. And then kills with his weapon, noble rounds, will leave behind remnants. Absorbing the remnant converts your next hip-fired shot into an ally-seeking noble round, but partially refills your magazine. On top of that, if you have this, this is what gives you your healing allies, or gives you 2 remnant per final blow instead of 1, so you can get your noble rounds going faster and have more of them to go around to heal your team. So between all of these things, you can also still do big damage between your special and heavy slot, because they can really kind of be anything that you're looking at. The only things that are like mainstays are the Lumina and your legs. Stat spread could be whatever you want. I've gone for resilience and recovery just because I feel like they're the best stats. And then outside of that, if you do want to copy this look, I suppose, this is what I've got kind of going. Because my inspiration was kind of like a like Zenyatta from Overwatch kind of deal, where it's just kind of like this robotic or like cyborg monk who's just, you know, it also fits in with the build having this support or like a healer kind of deal, kind of vibe going on to it. But yeah, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing and comment to let me know what other kind of builds you would want to see in the future. I've got 2 more coming out in the next week or so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.